All right, hi everyone. It's Tom Jampot again. Uh, yeah, let's get to it. Oh, easy. Okay. I love Witches 3. I'm excited to play it. I think this is my favorite character. Just so it was so cool figuring out how to make this work. Like it's not that complicated, and obviously it's gives you a lot of space to figure it out because she or they are like all three of them together, I guess. Your early game's so stable if you just like slam villains that like you can screw up, especially in softer what's the word, like rankings. This is where I've ended up for now. I want to take a little glance at it because I keep changing it. Uh, right now, what I'm trying out is a couple different quest characters. So Lancelot is basically there because you can set it up, and I don't think that you just need to jam every villain. I think that it's okay to like sacrifice a, a turn of of scaling your passive because late game you don't like you just need it to like start scaling. Um, And then it is kind of cute, like it works. If you get it later in the game, you can also occasionally like buff it, which is obviously excellent. It also makes your gemstone gardens and stuff like that, reinforced halls, like really incredible. And those things are already things that you're a little bit interested in. So that was my thinking there. Um, the rest of these are kind of just like, value recruit villains so that you can get some use out of them in your shops even when they don't necessarily have a place on your board yet. Or sorry, like even after if they don't have a place on your board and they have respectable things to do, I think all of them. Um, Butcher was because I was noticing that a lot of my endgame boards, like they had legendary units, but they weren't important parts of the build. Um, Wicked Witch is the big thing that I feel that you're very much missing. Um, because otherwise, your core is just Goodie Bag, Boon Willow, and then Goldilocks is the other big thing that you don't get access to. So, those are pretty serious things, and I think it might not be worth it, but it's worked out once or twice, so we'll see. I mean, it makes Giving Tree insane. It makes and it you're already so strong in the mid game, like you don't necessarily need to figure out how to go over the top. Like if you can close it out with Butcher, that seems way better. So that's my thinking. Crystal has been actually quite strong for the same reason that like you need to somehow figure out a way to like get to the end game. And this you get some time. If you can get this going early, I found that you can scale your relevant slots a lot faster if you've got Crystal going on. It seems worth a slot. I've rarely been unhappy to see it in my shop, I will say. Anubis and Moonshadow, I think, are a little bit weird looking. Anubis like theoretically makes sense, but in practice it's really difficult to like figure out how to make it work. But then it's so strong when it works, right? Like it just resummons your whole team, or maybe minus one unit, but like in a squad that like has a ton of slot buffs. That is a very strong effect. Plus, a lot of your stuff is scam or summon, so they get additional value as well. So I have not been. I wouldn't say I've been impressed with Anubis, but I see the potential there, and I wonder like maybe if I get a little bit more play with it, I can figure out if I need to play differently to enable it or what's going on with that. And then Moonshadow is literally just there because like Boonwillow is nuts, and sometimes you just have like this unkillable front line, and then your Boonwillow just like jumps in there with like like 300 and dies. So I found it to be worth sacrificing a slot literally just to protect it. Plus, the Moonshadow is gonna be like a ranged character in the back with some stats. Enough talking. Jealous Substitutes is easy because we don't have to worry about our stats. This is exactly the situation where I'm like, yeah, usually like Lancelot, is it even worse than a villain here? Like, I'm gonna lose this upcoming fight very possibly, and then I'll stabilize in the next shop, and then I'll have a Lancelot going. As far as treasures go, it's much better and much more consistent than Dragon Link, so that's not up for consideration. And again, Itsy Bitsy Spider, we don't need it because our character's very strong. Against what we're okay, whatever. Like, what can you do? Like, Merryweather exists. So here, yeah, and then as long as we find anything, we're good, and we found something that was much better than anything. Okay, so we need 5 more, so after one more cycle of villains, we'll get there, but Wish we could have procced that, but that's okay. Uh, I usually like Jack in the Box a lot more because, like, again, summons are great, but we don't have a support yet, and we don't. Right now, we're already fighting for our backline slots. Let's take this speculative Flying Monkey. Uh, Jealous Sisters, Stepsisters, great. I'm not very sure what to do about this Relic of Antiquity. I feel like it's so slow, but it adds up, I guess. Like, this is only turn 3, so, like, let's say that the game realistically will go to turn, um, like, I guess let's say let's just count up until turn 8. So for the next 5 turns, I cast Presence of Gaia on a random slot. That seems better than any of these. I mean, it doesn't cast, right? Because it won't trigger any of these. But it's not like I'm excited about it, right? Like, even though it says the right word on it. um, I kind of want to get rid of this Laser Shark, to be honest, but that cannot be correct. Minotaur's better in the front. Fowl Lich has scaling. We don't really care about scaling. I'm just gonna grab the stats that are here. Almost. Yeah, looks good. And this is like, I've just made every decision as greedily as possible. I mean, I guess not literally as greedily as possible, but like a pretty absurd number of greedy decisions, and it's a-okay, it doesn't matter. Chows. I think it's a chows. I mean, presents. Hmm. No. Oh, this is already at 10? Nice. Uh, I don't really know what to do with this then. Chaos, I I guess we'll do it on whatever we want to fight the best, which is currently this. Dastardly Spirit is, again, fine. You meet in a tavern. Oh, we're still only on turn 4. I think only Rage Mage is... No, Morgan Le Fay is the other thing we'd be interested in hitting. I don't think either of those is, like, compelling enough to not just, like, grab this and move on. There's just so many things that are terrible that we could get. Yet again, like, a perfectly respectable board. I did not bother looking at it because we did not have to. This is a pretty strong all for one, except that I hate my board. I don't want any of these units. Uh, should I still play it because these units are going, like some number of these units are going to stick around? Like this is so marginal, this effect. Goodie bag is great. Lancelot is an animal, which could matter. This is a villain, which is much less likely to matter. So, it goes without saying that goodie bag is excellent, but I will say it. It's your primary, like it's part of your core, right? Let's see what happens here. Okay, we did not all for one. We would have if the goodie bag had, you know, been a little different. Giving tree back here makes a lot of sense to me. Should I go off of this laser shark? Well, I mean, I guess we should go off this lance a little first, but I'm excited to be able to go off of this laser shark. This flying monkey is still what it is. It's whatever. True Love's Kiss. That can go on flying monkey or minotaur. I think it's got to be minotaur. Like, uh, mhm, mhm, mhm. So the reason, sorry, I shouldn't just do that. That's nothing. So the reason I took this, I don't necessarily care about like, obviously stats are very good and like look at these units. They don't have anything, but like also look at these units. They don't have anything and they're still working. Like having our base stats be slightly better doesn't seem to me that it will um, solve as much as hitting a uh, basically we're getting some tempo and I guess this is just me explaining what Gilded Lily does, but I'll do that real quick. Like we want the tempo out of it, right? Because it saves us the shops and it gets us a um, epic treasure, which is much better. I guess to me, the average epic treasure is going to be much better. So the combination of the tempo and that is especially because it doesn't, neither of those does anything on this turn. I don't honestly remember what the third treasure was. It didn't seem compelling to me. So let's take a look at this board and see what we're doing with it, because we have a ton of options here. Boon Willow is technically strongest back here, so we could do something like this, and that's much more likely to, like, well, what will happen there is that this goes off, which is nice, and then I guess what we would do is something like this, actually. But um, in a good slot and gets our goodie bag going a lot more safely. If we think that we're likely to lose this fight, this sets up a future double-double to be much better. Much better? Is that true? Yeah, actually, quite a lot better. Um, I I kind of like just doing this. I think that we're strong enough to like greed a little bit, and also Merryweather is like a bully at this stage of the game. I think that there's a good shot that we can push here, have this die, and then just be set up to go off. I guess it's not the end of the world if we like just crush them, right? Like that's kind of the same situation. We're just because we have these slots that we're already kind of struggling to like we don't we're not we're not so tight. We have some space to work with. Medusa's really good, isn't she? This doesn't have I almost never use this unit, and I wonder if I should be using it more already. So let's try and see what happens if we take one that's already scaled, because the first level of it is much weaker, right? So, oh gosh. Um, Daisy Jones Locket, insane here. I think we take it for that. I mean, Midas's Throne already doesn't necessarily synergize that great with this, because like, what are we gonna do? I guess we would put it back here for a while, scale up this. I don't know. It's so awkward that it doesn't take advantage of the scaling that it provides. This is nothing for us. Okay. I mean, this seems like a really strong squad. I'm going for it. I really do hope that we can get this slaying a couple. I mean, this is gonna die now, so I guess that's just what it is. Hmm. No, this is never slaying back here. So I think here, we're just gonna meet in a tavern, whatever. Sure. Nice. Okay. Okay. Uh, Two-headed dragon. So the big hit that we're looking for out of uh epic treasures would be, I guess, poisoned apple would be very good, and also a reinforced hull. Both of those are really strong, so I'm interested in that for sure. Nightshade, a little bit of guaranteed value, basically is a masterwork scrolls on its own, but gets a lot stronger, you know, your second one. So if we got our spell bust to like +6 plus, I think it's more consistent. And I think we're in a position where if we just take the consistent choice a little bit more often, I'm gonna just keep doing this because I kind of do want to hit um, a Wicked Witch or just, you know, like any of this. I don't know. It just seems like we do care about our treasures. That Daisy Jones locket is mean. Okay, so if we just, I guess it's just Conan here. Like I'm not casting this. I don't like that though. Um, Yeah, earlier I was gonna say with Medusa, like it always feels a little bit awkward to me because like in Witches 3 you have so many stats on here, but maybe that's something that I just need to get over. Okay, well, realistically, this is what happens, right? You're like thinking like, okay, how do I push over the top? How am I gonna beat these like many thousands because they've got their like worm scale powering up and their flopsy, and it's like I just bought Conan because whatever, and it hit once and game over. Um, I guess anyone who is like watching this probably knows that this character is strong early. I don't know what I need to go on about, but I think that this is illustrative, right? Like we had a lot of room for growth and it didn't matter, and we got to make those aggressive choices at pretty much every opportunity, and have it work out. So that was really nice. Good run.